Welcome again to Rendezvous Africa. I'm your host, Terhas Mekonnen. Today we're going back to Chef Labriny with more cuisine from Morocco. He has another full course meal for us today, so let's watch.
I choose or selected for you a very good menu, starting with the carrot salad, followed by chicken with lemon and olives, and a very simple dessert with orange dessert with a very nice aroma of orange blossom flowers. We'll start with the carrot salad, and for the sake of taking not too much of your time, everybody knows how to boil the carrots. So that's very simple. However, when you boil in the carrots, I'm sharing with you a quick secret. A pinch of salt in the water, it's ideal. Reason being is because every little bit of salt you add when you boil in any vegetables keeps the vegetables fresh, looking green. The color stays the same. Also, it gives a great flavor later on. You don't have to keep adding a lot of salt. Let's start with the ingredients that we're going to use today for this dish. Black pepper, salt, parsley, cumin, ginger, and coriander, fresh coriander. There is two parts to cooking this salad. First part is to blanch to almost doneness the carrots. Then you want to put it in ice water so it will stop cooking, and then we'll make the sauce and then we'll continue cooking. So now, I am sure some of you may have some questions on either this recipe or other recipes. You can email me on cheflabriny@yahoo.com. Okay. At this point, I wanted to add the ingredients that are needed for this recipe. Olive oil. Now, how much? Until I say stop. No, just kidding. Olive oil, and you can use extra virgin of olive oil. The only thing about extra virgin olive oil, you're not going to put it on the heat right away because it does smoke. So you have to add all the ingredients. Garlic and ginger, cumin. Not cumin seed, but cumin ground. Okay? Touch of cayenne. A little bit of salt, because if you remember, our carrot already have enough salt in it. Black pepper. Okay? And 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And I've talked earlier about the preserved lemon. Preserved lemon, all it is a lemon that is quartered and then stuffed with kosher salt, and you leave it in water for about 3 weeks. In a jar, it has to be submerged completely with water. This is what the look of it's going to be once it's done. So what you do, remove the seeds, and it's the same thing. We want it to kind of, okay, slice it very gently. Wonderful. The lemon. Okay. And at this point, I'm going to put this on a stove. So if you would join me in a second, and then you'll see the process. First, you want this at high heat. You stir a little bit. If you noticed, I am using a wooden spoon so I don't scratch all my nice pots. While the sauce is reducing, I want to take a couple of minutes and get the rest of the ingredients ready. So if you can join me now to the stove so I can show you what's happening here. As you can see, the vinegar has actually evaporated a little bit. The intensity of the vinegar is gone, as well as the lemon juice. The flavors of the cumin, the salt, black pepper and everything has basically won inside the carrots. So perfect. This is actually the time to dress it up. Okay. All right. Voila. You can see that this is very healthy, nutritious salad. You've got your vegetables, you've got all the ingredients that's needed, you got the spices that are for the well-being and the health, and all you need is great company to have a great meal. The next dish will be a chicken with lemon and olives. Before I talk about this dish, I wanted to show you some health things that you need to be aware of. First of all, the tips of the wings need to be cut off. Secondly, the chicken has to be washed with salt water, and which I've already done to save you some time. And thirdly, the chicken has to be cooked thoroughly because every chicken carries a bacteria called salmonella. And every surface that we're going to prepare this on will have to go under a wash because we will cause cross-contamination. Okay? For instance, if I use this knife to cut my chicken and I use the same knife to cut the vegetable, basically I contaminated my vegetables. So, process very simple for chicken with lemon and olives. Oh, before I forget, because I promised my friends I'm going to have to tell them about the lemons. Preserved lemons, which we have here with us, is a process of 3 weeks, as I mentioned. Lemons are quartered, stuffed with salt, then pickled in plain water, preferably in a jar away from a lot of sunlight for the first 3 weeks. After that, it's preserved, and you can use it for a lot of dishes. Okay? The weight of the chicken that you could use for this dish is anywhere between 2 1/4 to 2 1/2. Any chicken that goes beyond this will actually develop more grease and fat, which you don't want. You could also buy this already sliced for you, so you don't have to do this process, but I'm trying to show you just in case to save you a little bit of money, because it costs you a little bit more if you buy it already prepared. Okay? There you go. The breast, we're going to split in half. Okay. Now, all the meats that I'm going to put in this pot has to have the skin side down first. Okay? Okay, again, the ingredients I'm going to use, which may be difficult for you to see from over there. Pepper, black pepper, touch of cumin, I love ginger, so I use ginger. As a matter of fact, when you have guests coming over to your house, ideally you want all this seasoning to be done maybe a day in advance and kept in the fridge. The flavors intensify as it sits. Okay? Same thing, which I love again, is coriander. So you see I'm using almost basically the same ingredients. Okay. Okay. There you go. At this point, I just want to remove my gloves because this oil I will be using more than once, so I don't want to keep my gloves on so I don't contaminate my oil. Okay. And I'm going to use some garlic. Okay. Most importantly, an ingredient that you must have for this dish, saffron. There are many ways that you could use this saffron. I'm going to pull a little bit and show you right here. Very expensive spice. You could take this pinch of saffron into a quarter cup of water, dilute it, and add it to the chicken if you want. For the sake of time and making it convenient for you, we're going to add it right on. Okay? And before I touch anything else, I want to cover this, put it on the stove, clean up my entire counter, change my knives, change my setting, because everything has been contaminated with salmonella. Stay tuned. Wonderful. Now that we've cleaned up our surfaces, we've got a fresh knife, we've got all the ingredients ready. All I need to add to this dish with this chicken with lemon and olives needs to be added at this point. Also, it needs to cook on a medium heat for about 45 minutes. Preferably, I like to julienne my lemons. And I use Spanish olives. These are olives with pits. You could use them. You could use actually Kalamata olives, but Kalamata olives are a little salty. I like it. I like the green olives. The green Spanish olives are great. At this point, let me add them, and we're going to let this simmer for 45 minutes. Okay. Again, on a medium heat. Okay. This is our final product for a chicken with lemon and olives. Tender, juicy, and flavorful. But for the sake of presentation, I brought in what's called a tagine in Morocco. A tagine is a clay pot where all these ingredients are put together in and cooked over fire. But this is very traditional, and with the modernization of Morocco, with a lot of cooking and culinary art, we went from a clay pot to silver pot sometimes. And I brought one just to share with you and show you. Okay? The insert is the clay pot. It has a glaze, beautiful surface. And for our presentation, this dish is served almost in every family in Morocco. Now, if you noticed, there was absolutely no water added to this chicken. Reason being is because lemon will render some, chicken will render the juice, and it's very, very, very flavorful. If you add any water, it's going to be too much, and you wouldn't have any of the flavors in here. Voila. Here's your chicken with lemon and olives. Okay? Enjoy. Okay, to complement our meal today, I would like to make an orange dessert. Very simple. All you need is oranges, almonds, powdered sugar, and some cinnamon. And my favorite, orange blossom water. And you'll see how this works. Very simple. We peeled oranges. Okay. Morocco has a huge production of citrus fruits, mainly oranges and lemons. And if you noticed, our dishes, both of them have lemons, so I'd like to select the orange for dessert. Okay. First, put this in the almond. I have slivered almonds. You can actually drizzle if you want on top. You don't have to do what this process is. Before presentation, you want to make sure you drain a little bit of the juice. Sits in the fridge, is going to render some juice. All right. I love almonds, so I'm going to put the rest of the almonds around. Okay. Powdered sugar. And my favorite, cinnamon. And drizzle orange blossom water. If you can't find orange blossom water, Grand Marnier for some of you may work. Okay? Voila. This is our dessert. Bon appétit. Thank you very much for joining me tonight in sharing recipes from Morocco. I appreciate your time, and I just want to, again, before we leave, I want to talk to you about this nutritious carrot salad that we made together. Hope you can try it at home and see how wonderful it is. It's an excellent, healthy, nutritious starter. Our second dish that we made today was the chicken with lemon and olives. Fantastic traditional Moroccan recipe that you probably will find in every home in Morocco. Preferably consumed with just a simple glass of white wine or a mint tea if you don't drink at all. And finally, our dessert, orange with orange blossom water. Fantastic dessert, drizzled with almonds and powdered sugar and cinnamon. Enjoy and bon appétit. Again, for recipes, you can email me, cheflabriny@yahoo.com. Thank you and au revoir.